Hey kiddos, this is rank 4 that I'm going to be going through with you right now. Make sure you remember to click subscribe so that whenever we get a new video or new rank or something we're working on, that you get a little notification. So we're now on point 31, which is the first point of rank 4. It says scales 1, 2, and 8 by memory. So those three by memory. And then scale number 3 also, but we can use our music for that one. So let's look and see what 1, 2, and 8 are. We've got B flat scale is 1, 2 is E flat, 8 is our chromatic, but you notice it's different. So trumpets, instead of starting on C, we're starting on a low G. So everybody check your individual instrument because everybody's starting note for 8 is a little bit different. So let's do our scales by memory. 1, 2, and 8, the chromatic, but it's an extended chromatic. Here we go. B flat. E flat number 2. The extended chromatic scale, starting on low G if you're playing trumpet. Now we're on point number 32, which is 158 and 161 counting and clapping. So let's go to 158 here. And as we do, you'll notice again, it's a rhythm rap. And look at our time signature 2/4. The top two, the numerator, means that there are 2 beats in the measure. That's what the top number tells you. The bottom 4 tells you what kind of note gets 1 beat. Whenever there's a 4 in the bottom, that tells you that a quarter note gets 1 beat. So we have a bunch of eighth notes, right? 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Pretty straightforward. Now, when we come here, if we're not careful, this will kind of disturb us or frighten us. But guess what? These eighth rests, hey, those are counted the same as eighth notes, kiddos. Exactly the same. It's just it's half a beat of silence now. So this is still 1 and 2 and, but you're only playing on 1 rest, 2 rest. Okay, same thing here. 1 rest, 2 rest. Same thing over here. 1 and 2 rest on the and. Here, same thing. 1 and 2 rest. Here, same thing as earlier. 1 rest, 2 rest. Here, same thing. 1 rest. And you'll see our tie here, which ties beat 1 to beat 2. So we don't clap beat 2 because they're tied together. So let's rhythm rap. Let me bring this back a little bit. And let's do this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 1, 2 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1, 2, 1 with a shake. Repeat. 1, 2 and 1, 2 and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay? Not bad. So that's 158. 158. 158. I think you guys are going to get it. All right, so next is 161. It's part of that same point. It's another rhythm rap. All right, here we go. 161. Now you'll notice that we're in 4/4, top number, the numerator, 4 beats in the measure. Quarter note gets 1 beat. Right here, we have a quarter note. Look right here. There goes our eighth rest again, but let's see, it lands on beat 2. So this is 1 and 3, 4. Same thing here. 1, 2, and 3, and. See, rest on 4, the downbeat, that's an eighth rest. You clap on the and. So you have 1 and 3 and 1 and 3. Rest. Okay? Here we go. Let's try to rhythm rap this one. Bring this back a little bit. Clapping and counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 3, 4, 1 and 3 and 1 and 3. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 3, 4, 1 and 3 and 1 and 3. Rest. For our point 33, which is our next point, you'll notice that, hey, it's the rank 4 vocabulary test. What we do is you need to go to your Quizlet, and you'll find in our Quizlet, you'll find all the rank vocabulary quizzes. Go through the Quizlet, have some fun with it, play some of the games, get very familiar with that vocabulary, and then take the quiz, which you can find in Google Classroom after you feel very comfortable. So moving on, next we have number 30.34, which is, and actually point 34 through point 39. They're all on page 40, and they follow a similar pattern. You'll see concert B flat 1 and 2, concert B flat 3 and 4, concert E flat 1 and 2, concert E flat 3 and 4, and then finally you'll see concert A flat 1 and 2, concert A flat 3 and 4. So that takes care of point 34 through 39. So let's go there, and we're going to hang out on that page for a little while. So I'm there. And for all my people using Smart Music, the way it'll be labeled as Rubank Concert B flat 1 or Rubank Concert B flat 2 instead of page 40, because, of course, here on Smart Music, we don't have pages. We are in 4/4 again, 4 beats in the measure, quarter note gets 1 beat, and this is a very familiar scale for us. One thing you need to be careful of, patterns familiar too, just be careful of the end here. We have our arpeggio, but the last part of our arpeggio, this is a little remix that they've thrown in here. So be careful of the remix. Here we go. Line number 1. The next part of the same point is number 2 in B flat. So we got to go to number 2. You'll notice number 2, we've changed time signatures. So it's 2/4, 2 beats in the measure, 4 in the bottom, so quarter note still gets 1 beat. And we have all of these eighth notes, right? So 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and no 3 and 4 because we're in 2/4. So a bunch of eighth notes. The counting shouldn't be an issue, but look at the articulation. It changes. Ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, ti. 2 measures of tongue, slur, tongue, tongue. Then ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta. 2 measures of tongue, 2, slur, 2, tongue, 2, slur, 2. And then ti, ta, ti, ti, ta, ti. And you have 2 measures of tongue, slur, tongue, tongue, slur, tongue. So that's the thing they're working here. They're working your articulation. So we want to make sure we're very clear on when the notes are tongued and when they're slurred and when the slur stops. So that's that point, because I did 1 and 2, which is point 34. Now here's point 35, which is 3 and 4. As we look at point 3, this one, same time signature. Or excuse me, I take that back. We're in 4/4 now. Back to 4/4, 4 beats in the measure. You'll notice that we have a bunch of skips in here. These are called thirds. Why? Because the notes are three apart. C is 1, E is 3. 1, D would be 2. So these are thirds. D to F is a third. If D is 1, E would be 2, F would be 3. So you have a lot of thirds jumps in here. So be careful, be precise. As we want. We want accuracy before speed. Accuracy before speed. So let's do point number 3. Now to finish out the rest of that point, we need to go to number 4, because 3 and 4 together are a point. So this is kind of a combination. You'll see some third leaps in here, like on the half notes, and then you see some scales in here, or parts of the scale, and you'll have articulation mixed in. So what they did was took everything they did in 1, 2, and 3, and they put it into one exercise. So focus on your accuracy. Again, we want accuracy before speed, and also play with a great, great sound, a great tone, lots of air. Here we go. Yeah, so that's point 4. And that gets me through my B flats, right? So here, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, those points. So I'm through 34 and 35. Now 36 and 37 are going to be the same thing, but when we're in a different key. We're in the key of E flat. We're in familiar territory now because this looks similar to the last one we did, just in a different key. 4, 4, 4 beats in the measure. Quarter note gets 1 beat. But look, I've got 1 flat. Now the order of flats, whenever they're put into a key signature, the space between your clef and between your time signature, the order, if you have flats, is always bead, GCF, BEAD, GCF. When you have 1 flat, it's got to be B flat. If it's 2, it's B and E flat because you're spelling the word bead. 3, BEA. So since I only have 1, of course, that's just our B's are flat. First valve. If I'm playing trumpet, and a B flat for clarinets and also for tenor sax. So looking here, we'll notice that my scale drops. This is called a broken scale. So trumpets, they won't take you all the way up yet. And then here is my remix of a arpeggio. So number 1. To finish the point, I have to do line 2. Line 2, we're back to 2, 4. So 2 beats in the measure. So these are 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and we still have our flat right here, which is a B flat, because we have that 1 flat in the key of E flat. And our music is so nice. Look, they remind us in this key signature, play all B's flat. So they even provide us with a little bit of help. That's so nice of them. Let's knock out this one. Remember, it's the articulations we're concerned about. Ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, 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 ta, ti, ti, ta, ta, ti, ta, ta, ti, ta, ta, ti. Watch what's tongued and what's slurred. Here we go. So that takes care of that point. So now I'm through 36. So next is point 37, which is concert E flat number 3 and number 4. So we have 4, 4, 4 beats in the measure, top number of the numerator. Bottom 4 tells us what kind of note gets 1 beat in the measure. So that's a quarter note. Remember, we still have our flat. So that's we're still in the key of E flat. Now this one is in thirds. This is the one we had in B flat where we have those leaps. So just keep in mind there's some jumping around going on, but we have to remember that B's are flat. First valve. Um, B's are flat for clarinets and also for tenor saxes. A's are flat for flutes. A's are flat for low brass. Saxophones, F's are natural. Just remember your key. Here we go. To finish point 37, we have to do number 4 in the key of E flat. This is the one that combines everything that we had in 1 through 3. So we have the tongues and the slurred notes, we have the thirds thrown in, everything. Remember, play with a good tone. That's my point 37. Our same process repeats for point 38 and point 39. Point 38 is concert A flat 1 and 2. Point 39 is A flat 3 and 4. So let's go on A flat. We'll notice that we have an extra flat. A moment ago, we just had B flat when we were in the last key. In this key, we have 2 flats. So we have B flat and E flat. Well, you can tell that they're B flat and E flat because of the lines and spaces that they occupy, but also because the order of flats is always B'd GCF when you see them in the key signature, which is the space between the treble clef and the time signature. So it's got to spell B'd GCF. So when I have 2 flats, it's the first letters of that word, B and E. Let's go concert A flat. First valve, second and third, E flat. We're now in the key of A flat still. Our time signature is switched to 2/4. So we have these eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, and be careful of the articulation as we've said in each key. 2 ta ti ti ta ti 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 ta ti ti ta ta ti ta ta ti ta ta. Okay, let's go for it. That takes care of this point. 0.38 down, 0.39 to go. Let's go to number 3 and number 4 in A flat. Same key, time signature now. The numerator is a 4. So now we have 4 beats in the measure. This is our thirds exercise where we jump in thirds. Be careful as you make your jumps that you remember the key signature. B's and E's are flat. If you are playing flute or low brass or percussion, you know B's, E's, A's, and D's are flat. You have 4 flats. If you're playing sax, be careful if you're playing alto sax, that is, because alto sax, instead of being, it's concert A flat, but concert A flat is your key of F. So you'll notice that not only your Fs are natural, but you have 1 flat. So just be mindful of that. To round out this point, we're going to number 4. Still in A flat, number 4. This is the one that adds in all the elements that we had in 1 through 3. Be careful of the leaps and the articulation. Point done. Our final point for this rank is point number 40, which is number 150, the Surprise Symphony. If you take a good look at 150, one of the things you'll notice is that it incorporates much of the things, or many of the things that we just did in the different points we played. The articulations, the leaps, the thirds, all those things are kind of built into this song. So this gives us an opportunity to perform what we have learned through those exercises. So they did have a purpose. This is number 150, Surprise Symphony. And that takes us through all the points for rank 4. Remember to subscribe. Make sure that you get a notification every time we do a video. So subscribe. Thanks, guys.